She left him on a gloomy Tuesday. No farewell, no letter, just a bassinet placed outside my office door. Our son wrapped tightly in a blanket, still faintly carrying her scent. I stood there, soaked from the rain, staring at the tiny hand curled in the air. Inside the folds, there was only one thing, a folded note with 3 words, "Here's your responsibility." That was the moment I stopped being a husband and became something else entirely. Her parents came to my apartment 2 days later. They didn't ask about him or offer any help. They simply stood there in their silk scarves and gold watches, eyes sharp as daggers. "She's gone," her mother said flatly. "We don't know where. Here's your burden now. Don't call us." They turned and left before I could respond. For 10 years, they stayed away. During that time, I raised my son alone. I made his breakfasts, walked him to school, taught him how to ride a bike, fix a leaky faucet, and tie a tie. We built something they never believed I could. They never saw the nights I worked until exhaustion, just to keep a roof over our heads. They didn't witness the fevered nights I stayed by his side, counting each breath. They never saw how bright, stubborn, and alive he became. They missed everything until they wanted him back. The lawsuit arrived in a neat cream envelope. The words inside were cold. Petition for custody. Their claim: I had willfully and maliciously kept them from their grandson, poisoned him against them, and was an unfit influence. My hand stayed steady as I read because I had no idea what I held. The night she left, I found not only the note but her phone still logged in. I didn't dive in immediately. Anger burns hot, but revenge works cold. Over 6 months, I archived every detail: emails, bank transfers, messages saved only as initials. I traced hotel bookings, cash withdrawals, one-way flights. I learned she hadn't vanished out of despair. She ran off with someone else. Someone with a criminal past. Someone her parents had paid off repeatedly to stay silent. Her mother's signature was on those transfers. Her father's voice was on a recording instructing a fixer to erase the problem. The problem was me. I built the file piece by piece, year after year. When I could afford a lawyer, I gave him a copy and told him to keep it sealed until I said otherwise. Now in that courtroom, I sat across from them, her parents, polished and pristine, surrounded by high-priced attorneys. My son waited down the hall, drawing superheroes, blissfully unaware. Their lawyer painted me as bitter, clinging to a child out of spite. I let it slide because when you've already won, words don't matter. When it was my turn, I stood and slid the sealed folder across to the judge. Years of heavy evidence inside. He opened it, reading page after page. By the third, his eyebrows rose. He leaned back, looking at me over the top of the file. "Do they even know what you have?" he asked quietly. I nodded. Silence filled the room as he read for 10 full minutes. The only sound was the turning of pages. When he spoke, his tone had changed. "This is deeply troubling." Her parents shifted uneasily. Her mother's fingers clenched her pearl necklace. The judge addressed their attorney. "I strongly suggest your clients reconsider their petition. Proceeding may expose them to serious legal consequences." Her father leaned in, whispering harshly. She shook her head. The judge's gaze cut them down. "Do you wish to continue?" No answer came, not immediately. Then her father muttered, "We withdraw." The courtroom emptied swiftly. Their lawyers avoided my eyes. Her parents walked past me in silence, but her mother glanced at the folder as if it might explode. It already had, just not where she could see. Outside, my son ran up, holding his drawing. "It's us," he said proudly. In the picture, I wore a cape. We walked to the car. I buckled him in and started the engine. In the rear-view mirror, I saw them watching from across the lot, their faces pale. They knew it wasn't over because I held every copy, every page. And I had never promised to keep quiet. People think revenge is about rage. It's not. It's patience, letting your enemies walk right into the trap you set years ago. They left a baby on my doorstep and said he was my Bowden. They were right, but they never understood. He was also my reason. And now, he was mine forever.